Okay. Welcome to our poetry workshop brought to you by Hope at Hand as a part of the 10th annual Jack's Poetry Fest. Every April, Hope at Hand partners with a consortium of poets, cultural institutions, art agencies, and poetry enthusiasts to celebrate National Poetry Month with a special festival of poetry. Hope at Hand is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides poetry therapy sessions for vulnerable and at-risk youth, which facilitate healing and personal growth through the use of poetry, creativity, art, and therapeutic approaches. Today's workshop on Etheree Poetry form, featuring Lynn Skapyak Harlin, is a poet, writer, and editor. Her first published poem, War Waste, appeared in Time on December 7th, 1970. Her poems have appeared in numerous publications, recently Moss Gossamer and ACP Papa Volume 4 and the Jacksonvillian Number 2. Her collection of 90 poems, Twists and Turns, 2019, and All Shapes and Sizes, 2022, were published by Hidden Owl Books. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lynn. Go ahead and start.
Good morning, or actually good afternoon now to all of you. The Etheree poetry form is simplistic, but here's how I use it. When I'm having a day and I want to write, but I seem just not able to get the words down, I try an Etheree, and it gets my mind working and it gets me playing with words. So the Etheree is like a startup for me. It's the juice that gets me going. And that's what I hope you all will use it for. Okay. I still have my bad habit at 80, I still smoke. So you can see what it's done to my voice, but my mind's still crisp.
Did you want me to put the presentation up? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
please. I'm sorry. I
Okay, I'm
thought that's
sorry.
what you were doing. Okay, as Ruth said, the Jack's Poetry Festival 2025 is where you're visiting me. Next screen. Buffy can't see the presentation, Ruth. Can the rest of you?
I can see it, Lynn.
Thank you. All right, Ruth, do you want to put the next one? All right, Etheree Taylor Armstrong's creation. Etheree from 1918 to 1994 was a 20th century Arkansas poet and is credited with inventing this poetry form. It was created sometime during the 1960s. The Etheree consists of 10 lines of unmetered and unrhymed verse, the first line having one syllable, each succeeding line adding a syllable, with the total count being 55. Next one, Ruth. The structure. While the Etheree can have any number of poetic devices in it, particularly imagery and metaphor, the only standard rule defining the form is the length and number of syllables. The Etheree starts with a one-syllable line, then each subsequent line adds a syllable, resulting in a bottom-heavy structure in which each line has the same number of syllables as the line number of that line. Remember that syllables don't necessarily equate to words. For example, if you think of the word um, uh, capable, that's 3 syllables. But if you think of the word splashed, because of the way it sounds, that's 1 syllable, not 2. Sometimes when you look at a word, you think that the count of the syllables is different from when you say it. So I always tell people, try to say the word out loud so you can accurately count the number of syllables. Next screen, Ruth. All right, the Etheree starts slow. And I want to say the reason why I read these is because some people take information through their eyes and other people take it through their ears. So I'm making sure I'm covering both ways. An Etheree starts slow, gradually adding meaning. Writing an Etheree is like painting a picture. There is the first tentative stroke, then the next one, and quickly the picture takes shape. The opening lines of the Etheree are like those tentative first strokes, and by the time you get to the middle of the poem, the 5 and 6 syllable lines, the shape and direction of the poem is becoming clear. Next slide, please. Tips for writing your Etheree. Try to get some sort of central image or important point by about the third line. In the longer lines, try to use imagery and emotion. This will be your best opportunity to inject your own style into the poem. Always remember that difficulty does not necessarily correlate to quality. The form is perfect for inexperienced writers or for experienced writers who just need a break from more difficult forms. And it's a good wake up. It's a good getting you into the writing frame of mind. Next slide, please. All right, here's my Etheree. Count the syllables as I read the poem. All right. Remember, some words are just 1 syllable. So I started with birds, fly low, dark wings spread, soar above me, cutting deep blue sky. Now high over tall trees. Are they looking for something? Round, around they circle slowly, using soft wind to take them higher. Graceful terrorists searching for their prey. Did I do it right? Okay. You see, it's simple, but look at that poem. Do you see any images? And speak out if you would. You turn on your audio and tell me. Shut up.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I like with the dark wings and the blue sky and the tall trees. So about the middle of the poem, you start getting, well, actually, by your third line, you start
Yeah.
getting more imagistic.
And if you want to use figurative language like assonance, consonants, all of those tools that poets can use, um, just be careful to make sure you count the syllables. And it's a great exercise to wake you up and to get you into the habit of uh, thinking about words and thinking about parts of words. Next slide, Ruth. Now, there's also something called an inverted or a reverse etheree. The inverted etheree looks like this. The first line has 10 syllables, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may use the last line of your first poem for the first line of this poem, or you might write a whole different one. Next slide, please. Here's what I did. I took the last line of the prior poem, and even though the content is different, you'll see that the last line, number 10, and the first line correspond back to the prior poem. And so that way it's like a double etheree. And it begins with graceful terrorists searching for their prey. Below, smaller birds sound out alarm. Frantic calls differ from tall trees. Chickadee, sparrow, titmouse, alert danger above. Dark wings spread, glide o'er, seeking quarry, their next kill. Beware birds.
Mhm.
Did you check my syllables?
Mhm.
And you can see how easy this is. The only thing that you have to be certain you do is make sure you count the syllables. All right, now's your turn. Try to write an etheree. You can write one that starts with one syllable, or you can try the reverse that starts with 10 syllables. Um, how about like 5 minutes and then we'll hear what you have come up with. Don't try to be perfect. This is your first draft, so just try it. When you're done, um, turn on your audio and let me know. All right, 5 minutes from now. Shada, are you done?
Not yet. I just grabbed my head, Lynn, because I was thinking. So
Jessica, are you done?
Got it. Yep.
Okay, you want to read yours while the rest are figuring it out?
Sure.
Ruth, will you let me see the people? Good. When you're done, raise your hand and I'll call on you. Then fix your audio so I can hear you. Jessica, what did you do?
All right. I did. May appears suddenly. Roses blooming in my neighborhood, greeting us like good friends. It is hard to ignore them until one day they are not there. Winter is upon us once again, but they live on forever in my head.
All right, tell me how many syllables in that last line. Do it and I
But
can
they
count
live
them.
on forever in my head.
Yeah, good. Was it fun to write?
Yeah.
Who's next? Wave at me. Let me see you. Shut Go ahead. No? No? You're okay, Connie. Go ahead and read yours. Turn your audio on, Connie.
Crow, black coat, shiny black, very loud caws, visiting feeder, now small birds scattering. Crow grabs peanuts, filling pouch, looks for more, greedy fellow. Let's scare him away from here, encourage chickadees to return.
Oh, I like that. I like both of them. Wonderful. It was easy, wasn't it? Hey, and if you stick with one syllable words, you can do it faster. I found that out for the days I've used it. Who's next?
I can read mine. I'm Mandy, but I can't get my camera to turn on. I apologize. I don't know why.
That's all right. Go ahead and read your Etheree.
Okay, it's called Love. Love, true love. What is it? Where does it go? Where does it come from? Will you ever know it? Will it ever be for you? Only time will know the outcome. Love is all around us and within.
Nice. Did it get your brain working?
It sure did.
Good. Who's next? Susan H. Go
I'll
ahead.
do it. I had a little syllable challenges, but I think I got it. Water, slow drain.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop. Water has 2 syllables.
Oh, shoot. I blew it from the beginning. I think the rest of them are right.
Okay. Think of some word that is the same as water,
Yeah.
but one
Oh,
syllable.
I could use
EAU.
rain. I could use rain.
Okay.
Rain, slow drain, spring slicker, red rubber boots slog through garden path. Will the sun handle it? Every year we wait inside, hoping we won't need any boots. But we know better than that because it never goes the way we imagine.
Okay, let's count that last line. Say it for me.
It never goes the way we imagine. 10.
Yep, you got it. You got it.
Oh, yay.
Perfect. Who's next?
I got one,
Oh.
Lynn.
All right.
Now, finally, it took a little while, sitting here counting. Blame, small tuck of the head. You don't look up, but you lean forward, pointing without a word toward all that's defined you. These walls, those impossible cries that haunt the knowledge of this one life. And I ask you, what blame is more shameful?
Okay, okay. And you counted all those syllables.
I think so. It took a while.
What was your second line? Read that.
Small tuck.
Yep. Okay, good. All right. Who's the next one?
I can do it.
Buffy. Buffy's going to go next.
Crack. Egg breaks, black beak pokes through thin brown shell. Soft peeps grow louder. Damp head rises. Eyes blink. Wings push out from their prison, finding wonder, a new worldview. Hunger motivates youngsters' movement out of captivity. Peck, 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 peck. I cheated a little with the last line with using the number of pecks to get to 10.
Yes, but you did it. You did it. See, that's it. You know, you can play with it and it wakes you up and gets you going. So you can try other forms. Would like to go next?
This is Diane. I can do it.
Okay.
Okay. Moon, no light of its own, but reflection from our system's sun, safe to gaze at with you on romantic evenings and contemplate tomorrow's gifts of another beautiful morning and the promise of more with my best friend.
Okay. Read your last line again, Diane.
And the promise of more with my best friend.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Who's next? Come on. Just
So, okay.
go ahead.
Right. Pain, painful, painfully, no escaping. It hurts like a burn, destroys like fire. It radiates nuclear. Pain decimates and breaks the will. Painful memories engulf your mind. Painfully isolated from calm peace.
Yes, and you used all those different forms of pain. How wonderful.
Thank you.
Was that a release for you, Erica?
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
Yeah. Karen, you want to go next?
Not necessarily want to, but I'm challenging myself. I did the 10-syllable reverse. I say, you don't do dishes, cook dinner, or clean. With expectancy, you make demands. Not overtly, no, but coyly. You tear at my heart, you do. How do you reach my soul? Somehow your eyes stare, softly pleading stares. And a wag, love you, dog.
I love that. You start off and be like a love poem, and here we have affection for your dog. That's wonderful.
I thought it would sound like I was ready to divorce my husband or something.
Bonnie, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And I thought it would be perfect timing after hers with dogs. Midnight Wanderer. Cat eyes glow, piercing veil.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did you start with? Are you starting?
Cat.
Okay, go ahead.
The name of it's Midnight Warrior.
Ah.
Cat. Eyes glow, piercing veils, obsidian blankets. She arrived searching for her human pet to cater to her needs. Wrapped in mystery, goddess touched, she caresses, purrs, meows her wishes known, spiritual messenger bringing luck.
What a wonderful thought and feeling. I love that. Heather, are you ready?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Sand clinging on 10 legs, crumbly grains between my wet toes, holding the seashell close. I listen, humming your song. Give me a sign you're even there. I want to know the sunset burns in your eyes too, lighting your path, our soul.
So you ended with a 2-syllable word. Heather?
Oh, hi. No, our soul, as in just that.
Yeah, but our soul is 2 syllables, dear.
But the last line is 10 syllables altogether.
Oh, okay,
So,
read it.
yeah.
It's easier for me to count syllables if you read one line and then the second line. It's not how you'd perform it, but so I can hear what you've done in each line.
Yeah.
I'm old, so you have to deal with that.
It's fine. Thank you.
Hey, who's next? Come on now, all of you can read it. Shulamit, are you there? Shell.
Alaya's got her hand up.
Oh, go ahead, Alaya. I can see your face. How wonderful.
Okay. There's nothing you can do to keep my love away, out of reach. My imprint is buried in your chest, within your heart, rises and falls within your smile, within your every thought and breath. I'm just within your reach, grass, always close.
Did you start with the 10-line one, a 10-syllable one?
No, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What was your first line?
It was theirs.
Theirs. That was the first one.
There's
okay.
And the second one was nothing.
Perfect. What was the last one?
The last one was I'm just within your reach, grasp, always close.
Perfect. Perfect. Love it.
Thank
I
you.
love that sentiment. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Thank you.
Shell, you ready?
Yep. Mine goes 1, 2, 3. Tides flow in from the sea, reverse flow out of Hudson River, tidal estuary, salty to brackish to fresh, carrying along hopes and dreams that flash and disappear as quickly as the elusive Atlantic sturgeon.
Wow. Okay. So the last line, read it for me.
As the elusive Atlantic sturgeon.
Sturgeon. I only got 9. Let's say it again for me.
Okay. As the elusive Atlantic sturgeon.
You got it. That's 10. Good. Good. All right. Who's next? She Dragon.
Porn, graphic, sexual, exploitative, misogynistic, degrading to women, creates false dichotomies, removes human interaction, natural act made transactional, subverts societal expectations.
Wow. What a great poem about porn. That's great. See how many different topics we've had with this one simple form. Come on, who's next? I want to hear all of your starts. Nobody else?
I think that might be everybody. I'm not sure.
Anybody else? I can't see your hand. Susan Twiggs, how are you doing? Susan,
I have the 10th line to do. I can read you 1 to 9.
You can do that.
Okay, I'm writing a novel, a historical novel in verse. So this is a poem that will go into the novel. So I have to work with the content as well.
Good.
Bang, loud knock. Open up. Door handle forced. You all will leave now. I tremble, hands shaking. Guns drawn, grotesque faces scowl. Shocked, stomach tightens, throat closes. We stand, too surprised, to speak a word.
Now you have to get that elusive 10th line, huh?
I do.
But that was a great thought that you portrayed in there. Heather, are you ready? Heather? She had her hand up, but now she's gone. Heather, are you there?
I already read, so.
Okay, Laura Dill. Laura.
Well,
I'm trying
to write one. I'm trying to write one about an amazing encounter I had with an owl, where he actually sunbathed in front of me, like just a couple feet away. But I've only got a few lines in.
Well, go ahead and read what you have.
Hoot, barred owl alights, soft wings gently curved, spreading out over tawny soil. I'm in the middle of a line. That's as far as I've gotten. I'm sorry, I'm not quick.
Well, that's all right. You have now a form that you can work on as slow as you want to. Check your second line though.
Barred owl.
Barred owl, okay? And your third line.
Alights, soft.
Okay. See, you got a good start. Just keep on working on it. Okay, Shulamut is in her car, so she can't do it. Who have I not heard from? Anybody? All right, those of you who have read your poem, I want you to tell me how it made you feel while you were doing it and when you finished it. Who would like to start?
It was fun to write, and I think the hardest part is just the first part, getting the idea. And once you have the idea, then you know right away how to phrase the words because you're restricted by the syllables.
Yep. And you know, when I start, sometimes I start with the first word that comes into my head, and then I lace it through till I get to the end. So there's so many different ways you can start. Who's next? PJ, how did it make you feel when you were finished and when you were writing this? Diane. Oh, PJ's come. Yes. PJ.
I don't know. I put mine in the chat. I didn't actually read it aloud. I don't know how I feel. I kind of feel like I was driven more by the form than by content.
Yes.
Like in terms of what I'm writing about. I don't know if the narrative necessarily made sense because I concentrated purely on getting the form right.
All right,
hopefully.
so next time you try this, make sure that the form and the content goes to say what you want it to say. How about that? Diane.
I was also concentrating on the syllables, and you run into some words that could be 2 or 3 syllables. Things, now I didn't use
You're frozen.
like fiery, but like evening. I used it as a 3-syllable word, evening.
Yeah.
And so it depends on the reader whether they think it's correct or not.
Well, sometimes, but there's a site you can go to for syllabication, and it'll tell you exactly how many syllables are in that word. So if you're confused or if you think it might be one thing or another, check out that site. Because I remembered when I was looking at like splashed, it looks like it's 2 syllables. But when you say it, it's 1 syllable, you know? So that's a good site to find on there and use it.
There's also, Lynn, it depends often on what kind of English you're using. If you're using the King's English, like aluminium, as opposed to aluminum, though they're both spelled the same.
Yeah. And it gives you a choice, you know. You can use the English pronunciation, or if you're from another country, you might have differences. But the purpose of the Etheree is to get your mind going so that you can write other things. All right. How about Susan H?
I had a similar thought to what was already expressed about form and content. Like I was so focused on the form that the content almost seemed superfluous. And yet, as a poet, I know better. So I was like, oh, this could be a lot better, but I'll just learn the form first.
And that's your first draft too.
Yeah.
You know, I work with several poets, and what I tell all of them is don't be satisfied with your first draft. You know, that's like just a burp or something, and you have to go back and play with it so you can make it make sense. That's the whole idea.
I will also say I also found it kind of fun. Like I actually found myself kind of smiling as I was doing it. So I wasn't being hard on myself. Thanks.
That's good. That's good. She Dragon, how did you feel while you were writing this poem? When you finished?
It was somewhat sorry, words are escaping me. A little difficult at times because I kept coming up with the same words and then having to figure out synonyms instead.
Well, repetition was used well. Edgar Allan Poe used it quite a bit. So that's not a fault, dear. All right. Anybody else? Okay, Karen.
I'd say I focused almost purely on emotion because my dog, I had to get up when we first started and go bring her in on a bed by the computer because she was pawing, not leaving me alone. And so I sort of started with emotion and I thought, I'm just going to write out, what in the world you do all day. And that happened to be, kind of a long. So I thought, oh, you don't do dishes, cook dinner, or clean, and so I just went with emotions, and I realized that in revision, of course, you want to put in the imagery, and so it was fun. I like this, and I like the idea of a warm-up technique. That helps me a lot.
Good, good. All right. I haven't heard from several of you to let me know how you felt while you were writing this. Is there some?
I'm Mandy. Again, my video is not working, but I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was kind of therapeutic because of the structure. It just kind of flowed.
Good, good. Simple structure, but it can be deep. Your topic can take you into emotions and feelings that you want to express. If I'm terribly angry, I use this form to get it all out. And afterwards, I might not have a poem I'd share, but my emotions are better. I feel uplifted because I've tried the form. Is there anyone?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, no, I just thought it was interesting to like access a different part of the brain while writing that you don't, or I don't usually access while I'm writing.
And we have to exercise all parts of our brain, that's for certain.
I have a question. Can I ask it?
Yes, dear. Susan? Oh, she freezed. Are you there, dear?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm freezing. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No, okay, I will put it. I have a question in the chat.
Oh, just say it, would you?
No. Okay, is it okay to have split lines?
Yes.
Okay. Like I see one here that I wouldn't have thought of doing. She thought this is.
Yeah.
That's the line. And then she goes, great, on the next line.
That's fine, because when you read the poem out loud, it will sound different. But you know you have the structure perfectly.
Okay, so you can do that. Thank you.
Hey, Leah, do you have your hand up, dear?
I like this exercise. I like that we can think about syllables, not just like in haiku, which I think I'm haiku'd out a little bit. So this is a kind of a release. I mean, I like
Good.
haiku, but I think some people, um, I don't think that they write haiku because I thought it was about nature, and a lot of them I read are not about nature. So I don't know. I'm kind of
Well,
lost.
then it becomes a different type of poem. You'll see, I've taught both of those forms. If you come to the Hewiton, which I'm teaching April 24th, you'll get a better idea how to use meter. The syllables, is the secret to meter. So when you're counting the syllables, you're also counting the meter of the poem. So it's a good exercise for both. Anybody else have anything to say? Yes, Buffy.
Well, I enjoyed the exercise. I was thinking that the structure was driving the form, but then I had an idea. I've been working on a novel in verse and was playing with some ideas in that. And I had the idea that I could do a double after we go from 1 to 10 and then 10 down to 1, and then the form would become an egg. So that's something I'd like to play with from what I started with.
The poems that I shared with you show how you can have like what's called a double Etheree. That's when you start with the 1 through 10 and then go 10 through 1. And it's a great poem, and the structure is easy. Thank you. Anyone else before Ruth closes us out? The next slide tells you how you can contact me. I'd love for you to send me your Etheree to my email. And that way, if you want to correspond with me, I'm here for you I'm open to receiving your emails. Ruth, can you put the next slide up? There it is. And I'll say it again for you, fellow poets. I hope you enjoyed writing this easy form. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any comments or want to send me your Etheree, email me at lyharlin@aol.com. Jot that down so you'll have it, and I hope to hear from you. It's important that poets contact each other and have someone that you can share your poems with. I appreciate that. Ruth?
Okay. All right. So this is where you can give your feedback. If you can't click this on your phone, you will be getting an email with this for your feedback after the workshop. But this image can take you to our feedback survey. And also, we'd like to thank our sponsors for helping us run the Jack's Poetry Fest, Florida Arts and Culture Poetry Foundation, the Jim Moran Foundation, More Art Culture, the Cultural Council of Greater Jacksonville, Dolores Barr Weaver Fund, and the City of Jacksonville. And so with that, that ends our presentation. We appreciate your patience with our little glitch, and hope you come back and see more of our workshops. Our next one is going to be the 11th, Friday. Don't have it right here at my fingertips, but the next one is on Friday and Saturday at the same time, and they are on Eventbrite. So with that, thank you again.
Well, say goodbye to me, all of you. Turn on your audio and say goodbye.